Congratulations on the series.
Thank you.
It's such, the animation is amazing. I really enjoyed how when they're thinking back, the scenes where they're trying to, the backstory or whatever, the animation changes. What was the idea behind, not just keeping it the same and changing, giving it a different look?
Yeah, that was kind of something that they had originally kind of created in the first film.
Mhm.
The idea of it being sort of like their cave paintings or their cave drawings when we go to their memories, if you will. And it's something they carried through in the second film as well. And of course, it's part of the brand, so to speak. And it's a great visual technique for us because it's nice to be able to deviate and get, sort of multimedia in terms of the visuals. So we always love those moments.
They're
It's
amazing.
also, it's a good cue. It's a good way to let you know that like you're watching something that happened in the past or something that is a fantasy, and because it's that different style of animation 2D, we can sometimes do things that we'd have to build the whole thing in 3D, and when it's in 2D, you can sort of do it a little easier in 2D.
So in the first episode, in the beginning, it starts off as Eve is journaling. How important was it to be able to, give Eve that voice, and and how, like, because there's a lot of positive messages. I feel like it's super with Guy, he's super positive and he's super chill and just very, very positive. Like, how important was it to really project that on the screen? Because as you mentioned, Todd, like, that's needed right now,
Specifically you mean specifically to the journaling, or just that positivity?
Both. I mean, I feel like with journaling, a lot of people that do journal, they follow like positive affirmations and they have a different mindset. So I feel like the series is totally, it projects, a really positive mindset, into the demographic. Obviously it's going to be a huge benefit, especially right now.
Yeah, I think we're very deliberate in having the characters approach problems and challenges from a positive standpoint, and not just in interacting with each other, making sure their interactions are positive, but also trying to find a way around a problem that doesn't damage someone else or require someone else to take a hit, because they are all in it together. And so it's not a solution if somebody suffers. We're definitely, when we're writing, we're always looking for what's the fun version of this, what's the approach to this issue that you're going to feel good about, or how can they approach this in a positive way as opposed to seeing it as a problem. And a lot of our characters, manifest that, with their attitudes and their approaches to problem solving.
So you shared some of the challenges. Can you share some of the things that you were most excited about, like the best thing that's come from being a part of the series?
Amy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We're always starting. Amy's not getting enough time.
My kids running the blender, making college classes. Speaking of this, but I think being able to spend this much time with an animated character, I've never gotten to have that kind of experience. Even on camera, you don't usually get, unless you are lucky enough, which I've only been on one series that went for several years, where I really got to know somebody. That's been what's most fun about this, is like spending a lot of time with this character and with these creatives and with these people, and getting, it's a pretty amazing group. And and in our business, especially as a performer, we rarely, like, our families are very quick formed and quickly dissolved because we, you know, you move from one project to another. And so to get a time and on something so well made and so well written is, I mean, I talk about it to everybody all the time. I'm like, this is my favorite job. And I hope it goes on forever. So I hope everybody watches, because I want to play Ugga forever.
Yeah.
That's it.
The part I mean, I've always, I feel so lucky I get to do this, you know, as a job, and particularly on this show. Even one of the nice things about being at home is that you kind of get all of it in one place, and your time is very efficient. So I love all parts of production. I love writing, I love recording and directing and seeing editing, and then the best part, I think, of all of it is, like, you do all that work and like a year and a half later, you finally get to see it all together. And even though I've seen it, like, you know, 30 times already, I still just, like a kid, I can't wait to see the final product. It's so much fun to be like, after, especially if you put in all that work into it, to see the thing done is just a joy. I'll never get tired of that. It's so much fun.
For sure. Yeah, for me, I've spent most of my career as a director, and a show like Croods is sort of like a dream come true, because you're able to do so many kind of unique, dynamic things just from a shooting standpoint. But I don't really get to direct on the show because of my role here, but we have an amazing directorial staff. So I find myself sort of being more like the backseat director all the time. And I just love to get in there, and, you know, anytime we're like, oh, we need to find like a funny Ugga noise here, I'll be like, oh, I'll find it, you know, and, you know, and like sort of like sliding stuff around in the edit. So I tend to be a little bit more of a backseat editor and director, but I also try to always make sure that the really talented team we have gets to flourish. So, but yeah, I like that. I love getting in there and sort of playing, what if you tried this? What if you tried that? So.
Yeah, I do want to piggyback on that. I'm blown away by how the crew and everyone involved with the show has stepped up in this sort of moment of adversity and gone the extra mile to do this work. It is just sort of incredible to watch how people are like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it as well as I used to do it. Maybe I'm going to do it even a little better. And our crew has worked so hard, and we never stopped. Like, we went home and we went home on a Friday and we kept going that Monday. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Like I said, it's a beautiful series, and here's to many more.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.